Hello, this is going to be what I hope would be not too rambly a video, and that it'll be fairly quick. I'm in my office again because we've just finished lunch. The lighting in the office for later in the day is also better, so it's actually easier for me to film a video if I'm in my office. And oh hey, look how long my hair has gotten. See, I'm already off on a tangent, but my hair's gotten very long and it needs a cut. So, and I have booked an appointment with my hairdresser for June, so I'll get a little trim, but I don't think I'm going to cut much of it off. I'll probably, only take like an inch or two just to trim it a little bit. And yes, so tangent already, but I wanted to talk about how clever my hubby is, which I don't think anybody really cares or is particularly interested, but I thought it was fun for me, so I'm going to film it anyway and talk about it because if you've watched my previous videos, I've talked about the fact that in the evenings I like to have a little fun with my fragrances and with my scents, and I'll spritz hubby and smell him and get him to smell things and get his opinion on things. So anyway, I decided that I wanted to test him because he struggles with his perfume notes and picking up scents and things like that. I mean, I gave him Bianco Latte to smell and what was it? I think that video would have gone up, I think. But he thought it was spicy, and he couldn't smell caramel. And caramel is one of his favorite, like, sweet toppings, and he loves caramel tarts and caramel anything. And caramel cheesecake, but he couldn't smell caramel, so there you go. Well, anyway, hubby, as a little bit of background, if you don't know, is into his wine. He's written a book about wine, and he's also into his whiskey, so shameless plug. Hubby is a crime thriller author, and he has written a crime thriller where the story actually revolves around several stolen bottles of very, very rare, expensive whiskey. So he's into his whiskey, and he loves his bourbon, that kind of thing. And his favorite perfume is a bourbon amber from the Art of Shaving, and that's his signature scent. And the funny thing is, I don't know if it's a funny thing, but it's almost impossible to buy outside of America, because when we used to go to the US frequently to visit family, we would go to the Art of Shaving store in the Mall of America, and we would pick up, hubby's favorite shaving cream, favorite shave oil, and we'd pick up his signature fragrance. And that was great until COVID. We didn't go for many years. And then when we went back, they had shut the store. And now, as far as I can tell, you can only buy the Art of Shaving online in America. And you can get stuff from eBay and things like that, but it's very expensive. But you cannot get the cologne. And so it's very, I'm trying to pull up the cologne. There we go. And anyway, so it's very hard to get. It's his favorite cologne. He will not wear anything else. And, given the size of my collection, I keep saying, I'll get you something else to wear. Will you wear something else? No. He only wants to wear this. And it's the Bourbon Amber cologne from Art of Shaving. It smells divine. Okay, this is the reason I love Boozy fragrances. And when I smell this, I know it's hubby, okay? It's a real signature scent for him. And he's been wearing it for years. But we're kind of at the point where he's starting to run out. We can't get any more. And we don't know what to do. So, I'm getting him to smell things and things like that. And he'll smell it, but he won't wear it when, you know, like during the day when we're going out and things like that. And so I'm just going to show this to you. This was originally a limited edition. They made it for the movie The Kingsman. And then it became so popular, they made it into a regular product. So it's woody, amber, vanilla, earthy, a bit of lavender for some freshness. It's powdery. It says powdery. I don't smell the powdery. A little bit of citrus, aromatic, warm, spicy. It is warm and spicy, and it's just beautiful, and I love it. And these are the notes. So, you know, you've got cypriol oil, Italian lemon, vanilla, lavender, saffron, amber, sandalwood, patchouli, labdanum, and I guess somewhere in all of that, it smells like bourbon. And it does smell like bourbon. And it is fantastic. So, I have Ellis Brooklyn Bee and Ellis Brooklyn Vanilla Milk. Right. These two fragrances are beautiful. I love them, but they are very deceiving because to me, and originally I had bought Bee because somebody said to me, oh, if you're looking for a honey perfume, Ellis Brooklyn Bee is what you want. Well, I cannot smell the honey. Okay, other people say they can smell the honey. Great for them. But I don't smell the honey. So it says right up top, it says honey. And I'm just going to blow this up a little bit. It says honey, sweet. Oh, come on. Honey, sweet, warm, spicy, vanilla, etc., etc. And somewhere down here, it says rum. And so I'm, you know, looking at this and thinking, okay, rum, honey, brand, I can really smell the rum. And the rum is in the top note, so, and it's stunning. So, and then the other one is vanilla milk, which then vanilla, lactonic, woody, etc., etc. And that's vanilla milk. Okay, and oof. You're not going to get polished and you're not going to get curated from me, okay? You're just going to get some crazy woman rambling. And this one, okay, is milk, which I don't really smell, but it smells boozy to me. And I don't know why, but I get sort of a lot of bourbon coming through. And anyway, so last night I decided to spray the hubby and, so I keep all my fragrances in their original boxes. And I said, okay, well, which one is bourbon and which one is rum? And I spray him and he's sniffing and, you know, smelling and things like that. And he goes, this is bourbon, this is rum. And I'm like, wow, okay, you can tell. And he goes, oh, yes, of course. You know, I might not know my perfume notes, but I can tell rum from bourbon. And he's pretty proud of himself. And I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed too, because I struggle to tell which is which. And yeah, so this is the vanilla milk. And I think when I was talking about it in another video, I said, I'm not sure which one is the rum and which one is the bourbon. So the Bee is the rum and the vanilla milk is the bourbon. And even though, according to Fragrantica, and I have been told that Fragrantica's information is not always entirely accurate, you can, so you never really know if it really is, you know, if those are all the notes or only some of the notes, etc. But yeah, so anyway, I digress. And so yeah, I guess the whole point of this, which is like, get to the point, Deanna, you've been talking for almost 10 minutes, is that I'm very impressed with the fact that hubby could tell smelling these. He can't smell caramel, which is his favorite dessert, and he eats it all the time. In fact, he had a caramel tart for dessert today after lunch. But he can tell the bourbon from the rum. Was it bourbon? No. See, I'm getting confused. Rum, bourbon, and he can tell. And he sniffed it and he went, this is rum, this is bourbon. And I was like, whoa, okay, I'm pretty impressed with this. Like, you can tell. And he's like, I might not know my fragrance and perfume notes and scents, but I know my booze and I know my bourbon and I know my rum. So anyway, this was a little bit of a brag about hubby being very clever and me liking both of these perfumes from Ellis Brooklyn. I do like the Ellis Brooklyn perfumes. I have seen some people say that they don't last on them. I can't say that they have the longest longevity, but then I think I've said this many times. I don't need my perfumes to last a very long time. And I can get 3-4 hours out of them, and that's good enough. And if I spray a bit more, I'll get a little bit more out of it. The Bee, actually, when we went to Cambodia in 2023, early last year, we had some frequent flyer points, and we went to Cambodia for a short holiday to eat and visit friends. I took this with me, and that's why there's such a huge,
This is a reminder.
Sorry, my Alexa reminder came on.
Good evening, Deanna. What's the reminder for?
I'm going to have to edit this video because these reminders are just going off. This is why I should not film in the evenings. Alexa's gone nuts. Right. So I'm completely derailed by this. Okay. So if you were watching and all of a sudden you heard this is a reminder, that was you-know-who that I cannot say because otherwise she'll go off reminding me of something. So I have had to edit that out, and I generally don't like to edit my videos. So this is a little bit of a pain in the rear end, but whatever. Anyway, so where was I? Yes, Cambodia. I took this with me to Cambodia, and I wore it in Cambodia for the whole 2 weeks that we were there, and I really enjoyed it. It holds up well in warm weather, and I think the warm weather really gets it to radiate, because I got a lot of compliments while I was wearing it in Cambodia, and I had a lot of people go, oh, that smells really good, what are you wearing? So I'm very fond of this perfume because it's got memories for me with the trip to Cambodia, and I do enjoy it, and that's why there's such a dent in it, because I was wearing it nonstop for 2 weeks. And it is one of my favorite and one of the few boozy fragrances that I own, because I don't actually own a lot of boozy fragrances, even though I really like boozy fragrances. And this one is sort of a newish acquisition from a trip to Melbourne. I'm still getting to know it and wanting to wear it a bit more to, you know, become more familiar with it. And I need to, I'm so bad at this. Yeah, there we go. Just I read when this fest came out, I saw it and went, ooh, vanilla milk. I like vanilla and I like milk. And I do want something that is very lactonic and very milky smelling. This doesn't smell milky to me. This smells boozy and ambery. And I think that if I were to, you know, sort of sub in something for hubby to wear in place of his bourbon amber when that eventually runs out, it might be this. However, I might get my very private, elusive, secret perfumer friend to see if he can make that bourbon perfume for me for hubby, so that he can keep wearing his signature scent. And it's hard, you know, when you talk about signature scents, these things get discontinued all the time. And you know, I've had a lot of favorite lipsticks and blushes and foundations and all sorts of things over the years that have gotten discontinued. And so I'm not surprised that, you know, hubby's favorite perfume is hard to get. And it's not so much that it's discontinued, it's just we don't live in a country where it's easy to get. So yes, I will ask the perfumer friend and see if he can make one for us. And I'm going to get like a vat of it, you know, like 3 liters or something. So it's going to last hubby for the rest of his life. So yes, there you go. Thank you for watching again. You know, rambly interruptions by you-know-who, etc., etc. And I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.